So for the first time since August, I am wearing my contact lenses. This could either go really, really well or it could end up horribly and I have bloodshot eyes by the end of the video. But basically what we're going to do is I'm going to do a quick get ready with me, but not going anywhere special. I'm just filming some videos today and I feel like I'm going to keep looking at the viewfinder because I have yet to adjust to the fact that I can see but I'm not wearing my glasses. That's how infrequently I wear contact lenses, but with my new filming stage, as it were, I can't think of a way where I could physically do a get ready with me without me constantly being like here. So this is what we're going to do. Good luck. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. As you can probably tell from that brief intro, we are doing a quick get ready with me today, which normally turns into like an hour-long video that I have to edit, but that's neither here nor there. I'm basically doing a couple of videos that I'm filming today, so I wanted to do the get ready with me process with you. I am wearing my contact lenses. It's freaking me the hell out. I can even see that I've got a mirror here, and I can even see in the mirror here the DVDs behind me, and I can read what's on them, and it's freaking me out. We're just gonna do this. So I just moved the camera and the mirror a little bit because I felt like I was side on to you, and I probably wasn't, but that's how it kind of felt to me. It's possibly because this side is, I don't know, who knows. Anyway, so first of all I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline colour tattoo in pink gold, and I'm going to use this just all over the lid as my eyeshadow base. I don't normally put my makeup on with my contact lenses in, just because they move around as I'm like brushing on my eyelid, and I don't like that, not that sensation, but like, why would you put yourself through that if you can just like do your makeup quickly and then put your contacts in afterwards? Although even in the instructions on the contact lens leaflet it did say to like put your contacts in and then do your makeup. But I'm a rebel. I'm not really. I'm like the least rebellious person anyone would ever meet ever. So I'll just like do a quick base for that. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you, the mirror is like right below the camera, so if it feels like my eyes are always looking down, it's because they are. This video is going really well already. For some reason my camera wasn't focusing, so I just spent the past 10 minutes trying to fix it. Anyway, I'm going to use this Morphe MB23 blending brush just to set that primer that I put, which is probably set on its own by now. That's how long I was fiddling with my camera, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And as you know, I'm panning the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced, and I'm just going to go in with this shade here, which, spoilers, I have hit pan on. This is Peaches and Cream, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. So I was thinking about doing a kind of like why I broke off my engagement type video. Not because it matters to me, but because I don't know how many of you guys want an explanation, but also I wanted to put it out there that it's okay to leave a relationship that's toxic, and you shouldn't like put yourself through any horrors, I guess, that you don't necessarily have to put yourself through just by staying with a person that's not right for you. So I wanted to put it out there for that kind of thing, and just like advice, and like, hey, I broke off an engagement and wasted like £10,000, but it's okay because your health and your mental health is more important. Let me know if you guys actually want the story, or if you feel like it's too, I don't know, airing my dirty laundry, I guess. But also we have to like think about the fact of like, I've moved on from that, and will it come across as like I'm bitter or it's still affecting me or whatever. But like, I'm in a really happy, committed relationship currently, and I couldn't be happier. I actually could not be happier. So there's that. But like, let me know what you guys think. If you feel like it's too, I sound bitter and old, or if you feel like it could be useful to some people who are scared to leave their relationship or whatever because they have an obligation to family or friends because they're getting married or whatever, then yeah. Because I had to deal with all that. I had to like tell all of my family and friends that I wasn't getting married. For the second time, mind you. I have actually been engaged once before. But that was ages ago. So, sorry, what I did there was I took this shade here, Georgia, and I just put it in my crease just like as a transition shade. And now I'm going to go in with Charmed I'm Sure, which is the shade here. And I'm going to put that on the outer V. If I can find a brush. I'm just going to use this brush. It's just like a studio standard blending brush. But also, I guess it depends on like, do you guys want the gossip? That's another thing. Do you want to know the ins and outs of what happened? Because it's not like my relationship was private, you know? Andrew was on my YouTube and stuff. So anyone who watched my videos would know that we were together and that we broke up. So yeah, let me know about that. I don't for once regret it happening, not even once, because without any of that stuff happening, I wouldn't be where I am now. And I love where I am now. Like, my health, my mental health, and my living situation. Equally, I love both of these things. I'm going to take this Morphe M560 brush. It's just a pointed blending brush. And I'm just going to add a bit more colour to, because that other brush wasn't giving like depth of colour. So I'm just going to... It feels weird being this far away from the mirror. But also in the same instance, I kind of love it. I love wearing contact lenses. But I never wear them, and I have no idea why. I guess to me it's like effort, you know, like I have to put my contact lenses in and then I have to remember to take my glasses everywhere in case one of them falls out, and like, it's just effort. I can't tell if that's even. Okay, so that's that done. I'm also going to go into Tempting, which is this shade here. Just to deepen it up even further. And this one I'm actually going to do like, this one I've done almost halfway across the lid. I'm just going to do a little bit in the corner here. So, did you all have a good Christmas? I'm sorry that in my videos I didn't wish everyone a Merry Christmas and like happy holidays and stuff. I just was so like intent on filming and getting stuff out there and being like, yeah, let's get back on it, that I completely forgot to remember what day of the year it was. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm going to go back in with the studio brush and just blend those two together. So I'm going to go in with, where did it go? My makeup bag's empty. So next I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Glitter Glue. This is my favourite eyeshadow primer, and I have Erin to thank for that because she showed me the way. Well, she kind of showed me the way. Basically what happened was I got a sample around the same time that she came to visit for the first time, and she saw that she had a sample and she was like, that's amazing, you need to try it. And then I tried it, the sample, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is amazing. And I just squirted a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm going to go in with a brush, but I need to find a suitable brush. I think I'm just going to use this one. This is from the Urban Decay Vice 4 palette, and I'm just going to use, it's got a fluffy end and a shadow end. I'm going to use the shadow end and just go in and like dab this on my lid. So yes, tell me what you did over your holidays. Like, did you have a good holiday? Did you have a break at all, or were you working the whole time? Like, I used to work all over the Christmas period, apart from Christmas Day, so I feel your pain with that one if you were working. And Happy New Year to everyone. Did anyone make any resolutions? I made quite a few resolutions, but they're not really resolutions because they're stuff that I just want to achieve this year, as opposed to goals or stuff. I mean, I figured they were resolutions because it's stuff that I want to achieve this year, right? And then David, my other half, he was like, Claire, these aren't resolutions because you're just going to do this stuff anyway. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, but there's stuff on there like sort out the flat and some YouTube goals and some Instagram goals. I'm going to go in with the NYX number 14 shading brush. Got a little bit of shadow on there. And I'm going to go into Luscious, which is this one here. And I'm just going to pat that where I put the glitter glue. One word of advice, never use the glitter glue with like matte shadows, it does not like them. You're better off using the Shadow Insurance or something. Erin doesn't like the Shadow Insurance, and I think that she got a bad batch because basically when you squeeze it out, it was like all watery, and it's, as far as I remember, it's not supposed to be watery. It's, I mean, it's a little bit liquidy, but most of it's supposed to be like a similar texture to the glitter glue, just a little bit looser. So I told her, hey, you've probably got a bad one here, but I don't know if she's tried it again. I'm basically just talking about Erin in this video. She'll love that when she watches this. She'll be like, hi. Erin, while you're watching this, you need to get back on the YouTubes because I miss your videos too. And don't be using your new boyfriend as an excuse. I'm amazed actually about how easy it's been to get back into it, to be honest. I figured, to be fair, it's kind of like going to the gym, right? Once you're doing it, it's great. But you need to actually turn up to the gym. And that's the biggest thing, the biggest hurdle I had was like, okay, well, I know I want to get back into filming, but like, when am I going to do it? And I kept pushing it off and pushing it off. Like, it takes me almost an hour to put my makeup on just to film a video. So there's a lot of prep work goes into like filming the video. Plus I need to figure out what I'm going to film, and like, I've not done any panning or anything because I was just taking it easy. And I'm just going to tidy up the bits where... And then I'm going to go back in with the brush and basically just pat over the two shadows where they meet so that it looks like I did an excellent blending job when I haven't, because I suck at blending shadows. And that's where I'm going to leave my eyes just for a second. I'm going to get a wipe and tidy up any fallout that happened, although the Too Faced eyeshadows barely have any fallout whatsoever, so... I'm actually amazed that so far I've not had any contact lens issues. Well, apart from one or two when I was doing like blending work, but like the rest of the time it's been kind of okay. So I've just tidied that up around the edges. The reason I've gone so high in terms of like clearing it up is because I'm going to do underneath after I put my foundation on. But first I need a primer. And for that I'm going to use the In Transit Camera Close-Up by This Works. I actually quite like this primer. It's very moisturising. And I mean, I have oily combo skin, right? But it actually feels really good on my skin. And I've just gotten out of the bath as well, so I could do with some moisture on my skin because sitting in the bath is not good because it's hot and that can dry out your skin a little bit. So that's that. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute and I'm going to go wash the goo off my hands. Okay, so while I was in the bathroom I wet my sponges So I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm using the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation in Snow. I am focusing on using this up this year. I don't hate this foundation as much as I used to, but it's still pretty crappy. Like, I found a foundation that I absolutely love, that is a dream, that I have repurchased 3 times now, and I'm just using up my other foundations because I'm not ever gonna buy any other foundation. And this is the Makeup Revolution. This is the, what is this called? Something stick? Fast Base Stick Foundation. And it's just a stick foundation. And the last time Erin was here, she was like, Claire, you have lines where you like drew on your face. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you're talking to me and it's not blended out and it's just dried on my face. And it dries really, really quickly, so you have to blend it out really, really quickly. But it's amazing. I'm in the shade F3, and I'm never using any other foundation ever again. I did get this one that they did, the Conceal and Define. I checked with them, and the shades match the concealer and the Fast Base. So, because I also have the concealer. This is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. So I'm in like shade 3 in all of them. So this is F3, this is F3, and this is C3. And so if you're unsure which shade to get in one of them, then you know that you're the same shade in all of them. So I'm just gonna like put this onto my face. And just blend that out. I am using the, I think it's B, and they're just like pink blending sponges. It's similar to it's like a cross between the Avon blending sponge and the Real Techniques blending sponge. The Beauty Blender definitely does not take up as much moisture as the B one or the Avon one. Or the Real Techniques one, definitely. So I wouldn't say that it's anything like the Beauty Blender, because the Beauty Blender is very light and dry, whereas this is slightly damp. But I actually prefer a slightly damp sponge because it makes my makeup look less cakey and dry. And I do use a lot of powder products because I have oily skin, and cream products just break down on my skin really, really easily. So I do use a lot of powders, so anything I can get to put a little bit of moisture into my makeup to make it look less cakey is great. Wow, this blending job is really, really shoddy. This is not the sponge, I swear, it's just Claire. I can't blend today, apparently. I'm like looking in the viewfinder like, have I missed anything? How am I presenting to the camera? I don't normally do it over my lips, normally I'll do that. But for some reason today I did it. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit more. Just because I find the coverage on this is really quite... It's not awful coverage, but it's not full coverage either. And I actually don't... I don't like a full coverage. I like a medium to full coverage. Definitely not a light coverage kind of person. Especially when I've got spots around my chin. Not cool. And on my forehead. I don't know what's up with my skin. Actually, I do know what's up with my skin. Basically, the spots around my chin is like hormonal. As you probably know, you get hormonal breakouts around your chin. That's where they are. Like, where your spots are is like what is wrong with your skin. That's why it's broken out. So like hormonal is in like jaw and chin. And then across the cheeks is something like minerals or something, toxins in the air or something like that. And then your forehead is like that your skin is aggravated by something or something. There's a whole thing. Look, if I can find a map of like spot-based relationships onto like where on your face they are, then I'll link it in the description box. Because I swear to you, there is like a map of like a face and where that is on your skin. is what it is on your, like, what's causing it. So you could probably work out from where they are, like what's causing your breakouts, and then fix it, I guess is the thing. I can't fix hormonal breakouts. Most women can't fix hormonal breakouts, but me less so because I have polycystic ovaries. And that's another thing, actually. I have on my list of ideas of things to talk about this year. Basically, if anyone would be interested in me talking about my polycystic ovary journey, how I was diagnosed, the things that I went through, the things that I've tried to combat it, that sort of thing, like my symptoms, then let me know if you'd be interested in me making a video about that. I'm pretty much open to talking about it. It's not, with me, like, I'm not a I mean, I'm quite private, but I'm not, like, massively private. Like, I wouldn't talk about me and David on here, for example, because that's up to him also, because it's, you know, it's his life too. But the reason I spoke about Andrew was because Andrew was happy to be spoken about, and he had his own YouTube channel, and, like, I was on his YouTube channel, and he was on my YouTube channel. It was a whole thing, right? We shared that together. But, like, David doesn't have any presence, so for me to, like, discuss intimate things about our life would be inappropriate. But, like, in terms of my own personal stuff, I don't give a crap. I'm just like, whatever. Most of my friends know all this stuff anyway. That was the Makeup Revolution Concealer and Define Concealer. I love this concealer. Literally, these two products, this is £3, this is £3, or something similar. I will put the price somewhere. But, like, they're the best. They are the best. If you've not tried them, you need to try them. They're amazing. I will never, ever, ever buy concealer or foundation in any other form ever again. So I'm slowly filling out things of, like, I will never buy another eyeshadow primer, I will never buy another foundation, I will never buy another concealer, I will never buy another mascara. Like, I'm slowly filling out stuff that I know that I like, and I don't need to try anymore. So I don't need to waste 40-50 quid on a foundation just because X person says that it's great. I'm like, nah, I got my Makeup Revolution, man. And no, this video isn't sponsored. Could you imagine if it was sponsored? There are some people who are sponsored by Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution actually do a bunch of collaborations with YouTubers. They're amazing. Like, as a brand, they're amazing. Their products are amazing. The Makeup Revolution times Soph Does Nails, or it's just Soph now. She changed her channel name because she doesn't do just nails anymore. Basically, they did a collaboration. They've done 2 eyeshadow palettes and 1 highlighter palette. Those palettes, all 3 of them, out of this world. They're just amazing. Like, high-end quality. In fact, better than some high-end stuff that I've tried. They're just amazing. Don't knock Makeup Revolution at all, because they are the bomb. Do you know, I just realised I didn't put any concealer under my eyes. No. Why didn't you tell me that I didn't put concealer under my eyes? I also do, like, on the bridge of my nose a little bit because of my glasses. I always end up with red marks there. But we're not wearing glasses today. That's going to be weird. I'm not going to put glasses on over my... Okay, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And I'm very aware of the fact that I keep looking at the viewfinder, and I'm really, really sorry. I will get used to the fact that I can see without my glasses on. It's just, this is the first time I've worn contact lenses since the 1st of August. Last time I wore contact lenses was for my cousin's wedding, and yeah, I've not worn them since. So for me, seeing without my glasses is a bit of a weird thing. It takes some getting used to. I've literally put them in for this video, so it's not like I've been wearing them all day. Just bear with me. I apologise for always looking at the viewfinder. But also, I like having the viewfinder there because it tells me when stuff isn't in focus and I don't film a half-an-hour video out of focus. It's great. I like leaving my concealer on my skin for like a couple of minutes just to maximise the coverage that I get from it. And this concealer actually dries really, really quickly, and the coverage is amazing. I love this concealer so much. I love this concealer that much that even though I'd replaced it with another one, I took the stopper out of my old one. That's how much I love this concealer. You guys need to try it if you've not already. I feel like it's been out a while, so you're probably already aware of it. But then in the same instance, most of my videos are being watched by project planners and people who are on no-buys, and they probably don't watch a lot of videos where people are talking about buy this, buy that, buy that. Sorry, they might not know about it, but yeah. For those who are planners and on a no-buy, if you run out of concealer that you currently have, go out and buy this concealer because it's amazing. Do you know, I just realised my knuckle is like bruised. What happened the other day was basically David was making fun of me. So I like tapped his arm like, hey, stop making fun of me, you know, that kind of like a playful tap of like calling you on your shit kind of thing. And I missed and caught his watch, and now I'm bruised. And this is karma. This is what happens when you don't playfully tap your other half, because it will end in injury. Okay, so I am blended. I look a bit scary right now, but that's fine because we will add some bronzer. I realised this video is basically Too Faced, and that's not because I only have Too Faced. I've talked about Makeup Revolution for a bit. But basically, I love their products and I use a lot of their products. For example, this is my favourite Holy Grail setting powder, to the point where I've asked Erin to go to the shop and buy me some because they sold out online. But not to the point where I will pay Too Faced £37 for them to send it to me. I don't understand why they have a shop, right, which is like a couple of hours on the train from me. But they can't ship from a warehouse. Like, how do they get the stuff to the store? They must have a storage place somewhere. Unless they send deliveries from the US. So, they must have somewhere somebody not making the products necessarily, but storing the products, because shipping a box of eyeshadow palettes every week is going to be expensive, so they'd send a whole shipment, right? And then they can just dip into that shipment. So surely, somehow, they must be able to ship from the store. And I don't understand why they're not doing it. This is just a teeny tiny kabuki brush. Oh, if they did start doing that, that would be the dream. I would never ever leave the house. And just order all my Too Faced stuff online. That'd be amazing. But like, it's actually kind of good because the Too Faced stuff that you guys get, by you guys I mean those of you in the States and Canada who get stuff early. I say early, it might not seem early to you, but you get it early. Like, we can see it and they have it in the store before they have it like in our retailers, for example. For example, Debenhams stocks Too Faced, right? And Debenhams might get a collection maybe 3-4 months after it's released, whereas the store will have it like 1 to 2 months after it's released. So sometimes it is better to go to the store, but I still want them to like bring shipping in, man. That'd be so much easier. And then I wouldn't have to send Erin every time I need something from the shop. And I know I said I was on a no-buy, but basically I was like, I need this powder. Next time you're there, will you get some for me? Because by the time you go there and I actually see you, I would have run out. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'll see you next week. And I'm like, I was supposed to be on a no-buy. But let me show you as proof, right? That is how much I have left. So at some point I am going to run out. And I was going to run out, and the other shop was out of stock, so I needed it from the Too Faced store. And in my defense, I didn't know that she was going to be like, oh, I'll go on Tuesday before I see you. So I blame her entirely. She was like, yeah, you can just count it as an exclusion because you know you're going to need some. And I'm like, that's not the point. And I'm going to have the Real Techniques. This is the, I don't know, powder brush. And I'm going to go in with the Too Faced. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. There is a hair on my brush. Do you know, it's quite handy having blue hair, because when I find a hair, I'm like, this is my hair, so it's fine. But if I find a hair in weird places, like especially in food and stuff, it really wigs me out. But if it's a blue hair, then I'm like, this is my hair, it's fine. And that's not to say I find hair in weird places. I'm just like, yeah, like on my makeup brushes and stuff, I'm like, whose hair is this? Why is there a hair on my makeup brush? Oh wait, it's blue. That's mine. I look slightly less crazy now. I'm looking in the viewfinder just because of lighting and things that time. That time was actually on purpose. And I have no idea what the lighting's going to be like in this video because my light is there. So it could be that one side of my face is really, really light and the other side is really, really pale. We will see when I put the video onto my laptop and go, what the fuck is this? For blush, I'm using the NYX. This is the Mosaic blush in Plummy. I've been working on this for forever. If this is not done by the end of the year, I swear it's going in the bin because I'm done with it. This is the 3rd year in a row that I am finishing this this fucking blush. It's just doing my head in. And for blush, I'm going to go in with the Spectrum A05 angled kabuki thingy. I don't know things. Dude, that foundation is like super weird here. Oh, you can even see it on the viewfinder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, I mean, this bit is like blush, but this bit here is like super creepy. And I said creepy, not creepy. Okay, so at some point my camera cut out, and because it only films for 20 minutes, I wasn't paying attention. Should have been paying attention. I have learnt my lesson, but basically what I did was I just did underneath my eyes. My highlight is the Urban Decay Afterglow Highlight in Sin, and I showed that I haven't hit pan and the pan lasts forever. And then, what did I do? I set my face. We had a bit of a disaster setting my face. I used the Too Faced Hangover RX Mini Spray. Basically what happened was the one that I had before had one spray left in it. I sprayed that way instead of this way, and then it was finished. So that went over there, and I have this new one. And I set my face, did my brows. Did we talk about my brows? Let me just do that. So on my brows I have the Collection Define and Perfect eyebrow powder. I raved about this for a good 5 minutes. And the brow coat, and then I talked about how this was blue, and the blue doesn't show up in my brows. And then my brows were done, and then I went in with the Real Techniques angled brow brush to do underneath my eyes, and I used Charmed, I'm Sure, and Luscious for the thing. And then we talked about how I was shit at doing makeup and nobody's ever going to pay me to be a makeup artist. I'm not a makeup artist. I have no desire to be a makeup artist. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong if you are a makeup artist. That just means like that's not who I am as a person, and that's not what I want to do for a job. And then we talked about how if I ever get rich and famous, never going to happen, but if I ever get rich and famous on YouTube, then the first thing that I'm not going to do is have my own makeup line, because again, I have zero interest in doing that, and I have zero interest in running my own business. So that's what we talked about, and now we are going to do, I need to do my inner corner, I need to do my eyeliner, and I need to do my mascara, and I need to do my lips. So for lips, I'm using these two. They're both Primark products. One's a lip liner, and the other one's just a chunky lip pencil. And my camera's back to not focusing. This is fun. That's that one. My hair's dried now, and it's slowly becoming more and more triangular. I will at some point like clip this bit back, and then we will look mostly civilized once again. But until that point, I shall remain having triangular hair. These Primark lip liners are amazing. And they're only £1. So I just went around and lined my lips. And then I'm going to fill them in with this one. The colours are ever so slightly different. I don't know if you can see that one. The bottom one is a bit more pink, whereas the liner is a little bit brown. But once you like smudge it together, you can barely notice. And sometimes it's okay to have a darker liner because then it defines your lips a little bit more. Okay, so that's that done. Eyeliner. Normally I'd use the Urban Decay ones, but the Urban Decay ones do transfer and I am wearing contact lenses. So I'm a little bit cautious of that. Having said that, oh, my eyelines are in here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to use the Avon, this is the Super Shock Gel Eyeliner. And I'm just going to sharpen it because it's a little bit old. And I'm not going to put that on my eyes. And that also gives it a nice point for contact lens type situation things. And I'm just going to line my waterline. Guys, this eyeliner is pigmented. And because it's gel, it does not budge. Although I'm not going to buy it again. I don't even know if they make this anymore. But I'm going to get the Marc Jacobs gel. Dude, check that out. That's a serious black eyeliner. I've forgotten how great this eyeliner was. I mean, I knew there was a reason that I hadn't used it in ages because I was saving it and it was getting really small. Maybe that's why, because they stopped making them. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to use this anymore because it's bomb. And for mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal So Couture in black. This is my favourite mascara of all time. Other mascaras just don't compare. And the other mascaras by L'Oreal don't compare. When David gets home, he's going to seriously freak out because I've got my contact lenses in. He's not seeing me with my contacts in yet. This mascara needs to go in the bin. Oh god, that could have been bad. Now that you can actually see what I'm doing, I bet you guys are like, wow, she's really bad at applying makeup. When I've done this, this is going in the trash. Okay, so now that I am ready as I'm ever going to be, I need to film some other videos, but yes, thanks so much for watching. It was a lot of me not talking and a lot of apologising and a lot of camera cutting out, but I really appreciate the continued support that I'm getting from you guys, and a lot of you have said that you're glad to have me back, which is amazing. So thank you for that. I will keep putting the videos out there. David understands that I'm filming, so he just goes and does his own thing, so it's great to have support from him and support from you guys. Let me know about those video ideas. I'd love to get your input on that. If you guys think it's a super bad idea and super like cheesy, or you don't like that kind of video from other people and you don't see why they exist, then let me know because I want to avoid that. Also, I don't want to look like that I'm still hung up on things that happened to me in the past when I'm not. So if it looks like that, then tell me that as well, because I want to avoid doing that, basically. Thank you again. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.